Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCode Sports System. Here we developed automated systems to help you win big. It doesn't matter what sport you're betting on, we've got you covered. We're going to get into some NBA action for February the 10th, but before we do, I want to invite you to join so you'll have access here to the VIP Club section, which has all these tools. See all these tabs here? Every one of these has some tools to help you make your picks. Okay, so we're getting very close to the NBA All-Star break, and there's 10 games scheduled for February the 10th. We're going to look at 4 of them as teams really want to get into some momentum so they can make a push post All-Star break for the playoffs. So we're going to take a look at some of these games. Again, not all. We're going to look at 4 out of the 10. The first one here is Minnesota Timberwolves and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You see both teams come in burning hot. Minnesota 4-2 over the last 6, and Cleveland is 5-1 over the last 6. If you take a look at the total streak over under, Minnesota involved in games over the line in 5 of the last 6, and Cleveland over in 4 out of the last 6. The score prediction is for a rather high score as well, 122-113 in favor of Cleveland, and the confidence in the prediction is rather high at 84%. If we take a look at the power ranks indicator, Cleveland has the edge here at plus 25, and Minnesota on a slight upward climb there at plus 21. Head-to-head wise, the teams did meet back on January the 18th in Minnesota, and Cleveland won as a road favorite by 7 points, 124 to 117. Take a look at a couple other things. The volatility oscillator, this shows the consistency factor. You can see Cleveland is extremely consistent with regard to their favorite underdog status, almost a perfect up incline, at plus 33 right now, and Minnesota really not very consistent at all. They're just moderately stable. They're at plus 6. If we take a look at a couple other things here, we can see that Minnesota is 15-11 on the road, and Cleveland is 24-4 at home, and Cleveland has a huge scoring differential edge here of plus 10.3 to plus 3.5. So I think this is going to be a Cleveland home win, and I'm going to think it's high scoring. So let's go with Cleveland and over the line. The next game we want to look at is Boston-Miami. In this Eastern Conference battle, Boston comes in second in the conference, while Miami is number 6. Both teams are 4-2 over the last 6. Boston comes in average stats. They lost their last game by 7 against Dallas, and Miami is, like I said, average up, and they came off of a 7-point win in Philadelphia. The score prediction is for 117 to 116 in favor of Miami. Extremely tight as it can get, with 66% level of confidence. And you can see that the teams are involved in games on opposite sides of the line over the last 3, and 7 out of the last 12 combined. If you look at the 2 teams over the last 12, it's over 7 of them. On the power ranks indicator, Boston went down from 28 to 23 over the last couple of days. You can see Miami is on an upward climb over the last 2 days from plus 12 to plus 16. Head-to-head wise, back in December the 2nd, it was Boston by 19 points as a home favorite, and they were a huge home favorite. You can see 1.227 to 4.517 odds. Boston has a 20-6 road record, which is amazing, and that's better than the Heat's home record. And now Boston also has a scoring differential edge of over 8 points. I like the Celtics. I think it's going to be double digits. I'm going to pass on the over-under bet. The next game, Golden State and Milwaukee. Golden State is coming in, average down, loses of 3 out of the last 4. And Milwaukee is ice cold up. They lost 4 out of their last 6, and they are coming off of a win against Charlotte. You can see on the total, it's the last 2 games over for Golden State, the last 2 games under for Milwaukee. So right now they're trending on opposite sides of the line. The score prediction has Milwaukee by 11 points, 123 to 112. Confidence in the prediction is rather high at 72%. On the power ranks indicator, you can see the big downward trend from Milwaukee. Then now they have up climbed over the last couple of days, back up to plus 19. And you can see a roller coaster ride for Golden State. They're now on that downward trend again, and they're at plus 14. Head-to-head wise, the teams did not yet play this season, so we don't really need to look at that. The stability factor, both teams rather consistent. Milwaukee more so at plus 19. Golden State's still rather consistent with regard to their favorite underdog status. They are at +9. The Bucks are 16-8 at home, and the Warriors are only 3 games under 500 on the road, which isn't really very bad at all, considering they're only hovering around 500 for the season. So, 3 games under 500 is rather decent for a road record. But I do like Milwaukee on this one, but I'm going to pass on the over-under bet. And the last game we want to look at is, let's go down through here near the bottom. Here we go, Portland and Denver. Portland is coming in burning hot. Look at this. Win, 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 win. Last 6 games. In fact, they're 9-1 over the last 10, but they're still near the bottom of the Western Conference, ranked 13th. Denver is 3rd in the Western Conference. They're also burning hot, 5-1 over the last 6. The over-under, you can see mostly unders. The last 2 for Portland under, 3 out of the last 4 for Denver under. But the score prediction would be rather high, and this would be over the line. The line's not put out there, but this total of 234 would almost undoubtedly be over. 128 for Denver, 106 for Portland. The confidence in the prediction, though, is still rather low at 62%. Head-to-head wise, you can see that it was a win for Portland. This was a surprise. Even though Portland was at home, you can see the odds were greatly in favor of Denver, 1.289 to 3.83, but Portland came away with a 2-point victory in that one. The Power Ranks indicator, although both are on the upward climb, you can see Denver with a clear edge at +24 to +17. If we take a look at a couple other things, the scoring differential edge, yeah, they have nearly a 10-point scoring differential edge. That is in favor of Denver. The Nuggets are 17-8 at home, and you flip that, it's almost exact opposite for Portland on the road, only 8-16. I don't see that this is going to be much of a contest. Denver at home, I think they're going to get this one rather easily to make up for their loss in Portland earlier in the season, but I'm going to pass on the over-under bet. Okay, so there you have it for the NBA for February the 10th. Happy betting, and see you again next time.